Well, hello and welcome to my latest video. I thought I'd do another one in my series, Advice for the New Cyclist, and that's why I'm wearing my old Portland CC cycling jersey. Very nice club in South London. If you're living in the United States or Singapore or Japan or somewhere like that and you're thinking of joining a club in South London, you can join the old Portland CC. Now, what I'm doing today is how to put on arm warmers. And if you're a new cyclist, you might be wondering, one, what are arm warmers? And two, how do I put them on? And three, how do I take them off again? So I thought I'd cover all of those three key points, 1, 2, 3 key points in this particular video. So let's start off with what are arm warmers? Well, this is a pair of, or rather this is an arm warmer. We talk about a pair of arm warmers if you're using two of them because you want to warm both of your arms. And an arm warmer is a piece of material, a bit like this, in a shape of a tube. This is like a tube. And what it's designed to do is to keep your arms warm, funnily enough. So if you go out on a ride, say, and it's fairly cool, you want to wear something that keeps your arms warm, but then the day warms up, your arms are then too hot. You don't want to take your long sleeve jersey off or your jacket off, whatever it is, but you can take your arm warmers off. So they're quite a clever design. And they're originally designed in 1814, just before the Battle of Waterloo, because some of the British soldiers, particularly the Scottish ones, complained about the cold weather in northern France, and so the Duke of Wellington invented Wellington boots because it was quite muddy, and then he invented arm warmers. They were originally known as Wellington warmers, but then but some of the soldiers got confused about that, so he changed the name to arm warmers, and that's where they originally developed from, and then they were adopted by cyclists. So here we have an arm warmer in the old Portland CC branding, slightly different because this is the new design of jersey that I'm wearing, but this is the old design of arm warmers. So do make sure, by the way, when you purchase your arm warmers, you'll get a left arm one, that is obviously to go on your left arm, and you'll get a right arm one, which is obviously designed to go on your right arm. If you're in the southern hemisphere, Australia, for example, South Africa, what other countries are in the southern hemisphere? New Zealand. If you're in the southern hemisphere, then obviously that will be reversed. So the one that you would buy in the United Kingdom for your right arm, you would actually put on your left arm, and the one that you would buy for your left arm, which is this one, you would then wear on your right arm if you were in the southern hemisphere. So let's just pause the video. No, I won't pause the video. What we do is we hold, if you want to put it on your right arm, then I suggest you hold the arm warmer in your left hand, like I'm doing, as you can see, and then you take this, which is your right arm, and it's good to start with your hand, by the way. Don't start with your shoulder. That doesn't work so well. So if you put your hand into the wider opening, now you'll notice that on this particular arm warmer, and this is replicated on most arm warmers that you'll purchase, that this particular end is larger than this particular end. And the reason for that is most people, their arms are fatter or wider, closer to the shoulder, but slimmer closer to the wrist. Now, if your arms are in the reverse of that, in other words, the fattest part of your arm is at your wrist, then obviously you'll have to wear your arm warmers upside down or inside out. So what we do is we're holding it in our left hands, right? So it's a good idea if you've purchased some arm warmers of your own, perhaps get them out, perhaps put this video on, and perhaps follow my actions, and perhaps we'll do it by the numbers to make things easier. So number one, we're holding the arm warmer in our left hand. Number two, we're taking our right hand there, and we're putting our right hand into the arm warmer like that, and we're pulling on the arm warmers. You see what I'm doing? I'm actually pulling the arm warmer. So I turn around there. So I'm pulling the arm warmer on. This is quite tight because my arms are quite muscly because I've been doing quite a lot of working out during COVID. So I'm pulling my jersey sleeve up like that, exposing the white muscly hardness of this. It's like the Rock there, isn't it? Dwayne Johnson, also known as the Rock, a great wrestler. And I'm pulling the arm warmer up like that, up as far as it will go, and then I'm pulling down the sleeve of my jersey like that. And now this is known as putting on the arm warmer. Okay, and you've got to the end of the sequence. I forgot about the numbers. So what number are we up to? Number 42. Number 42 is where we have completed the process, and we now have the right arm warmer on our right arm. Don't get them confused. You don't want to have the right arm warmer on your left arm, because it's the left arm warmer that goes onto your left arm. All right. So there we are, and that, I think you'll agree, looks quite nice. Looks quite fetching, and it keeps the arm warm. Now you need to be a little bit careful, because if your arm warmers are too tight, then you'll cut off the circulation of blood to your hand, and that will mean you'll be unable to operate the brakes or the handlebars or the gears or any other aspect of cycling the bike, and you're likely to fall off and do yourself an injury. So you don't want them too tight. These ones actually are too tight, and you can see my arm is starting to, the circulation is starting to go in my arm. You see like that? This is the old Marceau. If you remember that, one of the great French chefs used to have an arm like that, didn't work properly. So you don't want to have an arm warmer that's too tight, because it will cut off the circulation of blood. So I'm going to take that off now, before I start to get gangrene in my arm and the thing falls off. Now, these old Portland's arm warmers, they're very good, but these ones, now, this is not in the nature of an advert, but it's kind of in the nature of an advert, because I was sent these particular arm warmers for free by a company called WeDayDeals.com, which is a Chinese company that sells various kinds of cycling products. And this was one of the items, there were a few of the items, but this was one of the items that I really, really liked. Not normally been a fan of arm warmers for various reasons. I always find that they kind of slip down your arm, and therefore you've got an expanse of kind of white flesh here showing between the sleeve of your jersey and the top of the arm warmer. I never thought that was very aesthetically pleasing. But these particular arm warmers, for one thing, I think they're made of nylon. Can you see that? I'll hold them up tight. It's difficult to see. But I think they're made of nylon. So they go really, really small, right? So when you take them off, you can put them in your pocket really easily. But if I put this on, you'll see that it stretches. It's really stretchy. Nylon material, and I can pull it up like that, and I really, really, really like these. And I think they're $1.25 for a pair from WeDayDeals.com. So if you're interested in purchasing a very thin, very stretchy, very fine, a bit like a pair of lady stockings, very fine arm warmers, which are really effective at keeping your arms warm, then I can highly recommend these particular arm warmers. Now, if you have very long arms, then you can use the leg version of arm warmers, which are called leg warmers, and you can put those leg warmers because you have really long arms. And by conversely, if you have really short legs, you could use the arm warmer on your legs, although then you'd be stuck for something to put onto your arms, unless you had purchased, you were thoughtful and you had purchased two pairs. So the putting on of the arm warmer, I think you'll agree, that's been quite useful. I can show you it again if you're not too sure. If we go by the numbers, number one, we're holding the arm warmer in our left hand. Number two, we're taking our right hand, we're putting our right hand into the wider opening of the arm warmer here. We're pushing it right down to the end. It's very important you push it right down to the end of the arm warmer, so it comes out of this hole at the end. That's magic, isn't it? So there's your wrist, you see, your wrist and your forearm, the Dwayne Johnson version of the forearm, encased in this black nylon, rather fetching. Then I pull it up here, and as you can see, this We Day Deals one is quite stretchy, it's quite long, and therefore you can pull it right up to the top, and therefore you don't have that risk of that bare flesh showing. Very, very important not to have bare flesh showing, particularly when you're going for a cycle ride in South London or Kent, where I live. And therefore I pulled the jersey down like that, and I've got the arm warmer on, and it's a really nice feeling piece of equipment. So there you are, the arm warmer, originally developed by the Duke of Wellington for his soldiers at the Battle of Waterloo, now widely used by cyclists throughout the world, throughout the known world. Is there an unknown world? I'm not sure. Let's not talk about that. Let's not go there. Can we get directions to an unknown world? I don't know. Google Maps now encompass the known world and the unknown world. But anyway, let's get off that topic. Off that topic. So that was arm warmers, how to put them on, how to take them off, how to use them, what they are used for, advice for the new cyclist. Stick around. Next time we're going to be talking about knee warmers. Yes, very important, knee warmers. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.